Assembly is in session. Today we honor a man who has dedicated his life to the protection and defense of humanity. We congratulate him on his promotion to his new post. Space Marshal Colwyn.
Esteemed Senators, thank you for bestowing this honor upon me and for allowing me to speak to you before you cast your momentous votes. Well, we can no longer ignore the obvious. The border worlds wage war against us, and we do nothing but issue decrees. We can no longer turn a blind eye. Let me lay out for you some of the more egregious transgressions that have been committed against innocent Confederation civilians. Yes, a formal declaration of war is a very terrible thing. It should not be undertaken unless all options have been exhausted. And I'm afraid to report to you that that is the case. We did not fight the Kilrathi for decades just to have an infection hollow us out from the inside. If there is a cancer amongst us, we must cut it out now. I urge you to vote yes on this declaration. Thank you.
Seize the moment.
There is a cancer that needs to be cut out.
Seize that man!
But it's not on the frontiers of the galaxy, but right here before you.
Welcome. This is the great hero of the Kilrathi War, who has betrayed the Confederation and now fights for the Union of Border Worlds.
I fight as I always have, on the side of peace and honor. Please, Paladin, hear me out.
If any man has earned the right to a hearing, it is Colonel Blair. Let him speak.
What price freedom, Admiral?
I come here to tell you the truth. The truth about what's really happening on the outer fringes of civilization.
Please, Colonel. You insult me as well as everyone else here. Do you really believe that this chamber is that ignorant?
You're not sucking me. Two can play that game.
I'm saying this assembly has been duped by a charade. An elaborate charade perpetrated by you, sir, who requires their ignorance in order to carry out a personal agenda. The border worlds have fallen victim to a plot, which if allowed to proceed will make all of humanity a victim.
Well, I suppose there is a strange logic in that. Well, please, continue, Colonel.
Confront him, dance around him. Confront him, dance around him.
Admiral, do you believe in the concepts of law and order?
Of course, I've devoted my life to them. Haven't we all?
And you believe these concepts to be the foundation of a strong society?
Indeed. Without law and order, we are lost.
Law and order. Control. Maintaining the status quo, that's what this is all about. Harmony among men is a secondary issue.
Harmony is maintained through control.
He's mad with power. He'll trip himself up. He's mad with power. He'll trip himself up.
Was it harmony that made me, as a con-fed pilot, party to the theft of a Border Worlds laboratory? and the outright abduction of a border world's bioconvergence chemist.
How you interpret operations, Colonel, is of no consequence. Your job as a soldier is to carry out orders without question.
Without question. Have any of you questioned the Admiral about his Black Lance forces?
Marshal, what are these Black Lance forces he's referring to?
An elite force of men that I have assembled to protect our galactic interests.
And these forces are stationed at a starbase in the Axia system, isn't that right?
Well, it is my duty to station forces where they may be needed.
And the Black Lance have some extraordinary equipment at their disposal.
Effective soldiers require effective tools.
Like bioweapons, like secret, unmarked fighters, like bio...
Would you qualify the Gen Select bioweapon as an effective tool, Admiral?
This assembly has never approved the development or use of a biotech weapon.
As with any experimental device, I would, of course, have brought it to your attention as soon as it neared readiness.
I think the people of Telemon know just how ready it is. The few that are left can speak of a weapon that selectively kills anyone whose physical or mental attributes don't measure up to someone's predetermined standards.
Telemon's tragedy is still under investigation, but I have no doubt it'll prove to be the doing of the border world's thugs.
Yes. The skies are just full of criminals, aren't they, Admiral?
It appears so.
And hundreds of thousands of innocent lives have been lost in pursuit of these phantoms.
Tell them more. Attack Tallwan. Tell them more. Attack Tallwan. Tell them more. Attack Tallwan.
Admiral, do you believe in the supremacy of Confed?
I don't have to. The Confederation's superiority lies in all we have been able to achieve.
What is the expense of these achievements, Admiral? The lives already lost to your Black Lance forces, the millions more who will die if this assembly votes for war. Space Marshal Tallwan believes that our victory over the Kilrathi was a fluke, that we as a race need tinkering with, engineering. If a few billion die along the way, well, they weren't worthy anyway. Why can't we be more like the Kilrathi, addicted to conflict, the only meaning to life being found in death? Tell us all, Admiral. Is that the price of freedom?
Mankind was at his zenith when fighting the Kilrathi. Now our society is crumbling. We have no goals, no focus. We've grown complacent and confused. Who will protect us when the next race tries to dominate us? Who can tell where that threat will come from and when? No, we must be prepared. Progress only comes through struggle. Fighting keeps us fit. Conflict ensures our readiness and our survival. The Kilrathi understood this. They endured for millions of years, and so shall we if we continue fighting. If we continue to perfect our methods of killing.
I think we've had enough. The Assembly will now vote. tribunal is now in session.
That man has undermined everything.
Justice!
You saw the results? And I couldn't go on!
And it's your fault!
The Honorable Admiral Tolwyn.
This tribunal finds you guilty of crimes against humanity.
Space Marshal Tolwyn's appeal was denied today. Tolwyn is now slated for execution tomorrow.
So here you are, an instructor. Not a general or a senator. And you could have had everything.
Everything means I keep flying. So if you ask me, I've got everything.
I envy you, Lenny. At times I wish I'd made the same choice myself. So how's that farm?
I'm not a farmer.
I'm talking about rolling a farmer, not a fighter. Yes, sure, you know, roles in training.
Of all people, Maniac taught me one thing.
Hey, pal, Senator, what?
Well, you said either you're an earthworm or an eagle.
I said that?
Hey, Colonel! We got a fresh batch of newbies to shake down.
They can wait a bit. I think I'll log some flying time.
Senator, about
Maniac.
flying to, yeah.
Shut up.